So let's go ahead and jump into it. This is Witty Banter.
What
the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. That was some Mark Wahlberg.
It was a crab.
That was definitely
Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, that was Mark Wahlberg.
It sounded like a drum set just went
Well,
off.
it sounded like someone was going to come in through the front door, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Dude, well, this house is weird. Let's go ahead and get into what we're going to do. Yeah, please, beat up this stuff
Chase is
away.
scared.
Now, look, typically we do news stories, and those are fun, right? As everyone knows, this week was Apple's iWatch reveal.
Oh, God.
So what I have planned for the show is I have a big laundry list of features that they went off during the keynote, and I'm going to read them one by one.
All right.
After each feature, we're going to go around the table and say whether we care or don't care.
Don't care.
Thumbs up or thumbs down.
Okay? And I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun, all right?
All right.
So we'll start at the very beginning, all right? So first of all, they talked about the different materials that these things are going to be made of. We got stainless steel, anodized aluminum, and gold. Pretty nifty, all right?
Like real gold?
Real actual gold in it?
Real
Have you
gold.
seen the prices on it?
Give me the
We'll get to
gold.
the prices.
We'll
I
get
was
there.
going to say it's hundreds.
We're
going to
get
to the
to the pucker up, buttercup.
yeah. Pucker real hard.
So the first features they mentioned were you can check the weather and your heart rate. How do we feel so far?
Can't phones do that now? Phones do that now.
Maybe.
I feel like a phone would probably be better at the heart rate thing.
Yeah, it's right there on the
weather, I don't care.
So
I don't-
we got a whole lot of not caring
don't care.
so far. Next, you can customize the watch face with details like the date and your next appointment, etc. So it can be like a little client for you. Do we care? You care? You like that?
I like being able to. I mean, you're not stuck with just one watch face. You can change it.
So at a glance, you can customize and see what your day is going to be like.
You've already fallen to their trap, Chase. The glanceability. You've already used your words.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're all about glanceability.
Oh.
Like that's the thing of this product is that like
He's a subconscious fan.
oh my god. Okay, so
I'm sleep watching these like
they've done studies and the average person checks their phone something like 150 times a day or something.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
their figure.
there's that
There's
app
no way
called-
I do that.
That's
That's
that
app called
horrible.
Momentum or Moment. It's an app called Moment, and it'll track how many times you pick check
Oh,
up your phone, how many times you unlock your phone.
I need to get that.
How many hours a day you spend on your phone.
I don't
and
want to.
Yeah, people don't like it because it's scary.
Sheds too much light.
I would like to do some sort of bet with that where we all have it for a week and whoever, we make some sort of wager.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So they realize that that's something that they can tap into, and you can now check your watch 350 times instead of just your phone, because you have to get your phone out of your pocket, and you know it's clunky almost in the modern age.
God forbid.
But if you just look at your,
As long as we're consuming your whole
imagine
day.
how many times you would just look at your wrist if it had like that
bunch
amount
of
of
stuff.
information on it?
Yeah, and it has notifications. And
Notifications
stuff
is
on
always like buzzing every time a notification It's pops gonna up. be thousands of times a day for people.
it too.
Like
Sure.
emails.
People that have a
texts.
problem with Yeah. technology in that kind of addictive way,
Yeah.
It's going to get worse. Huh?
It's sorry to tell you, bro.
it's going to be debilitating.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving back to the future. So I guess David cares.
I care.
I don't care.
I do not care.
It's your ability to see your day at
This
a
is your
glance.
appointments and stuff.
I'll go ahead and say I care. I'll go and get two.
Okay, that's fine. Apple Watch has a built-in speaker and microphone. You can use it to answer your calls. Do we care?
I'm not going to answer my calls on my phone.
I just feel
Or
like I
with
look
my
like
watch.
a jackass.
So
talking
you
to
have
the
to
watch.
hold it up to your face, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
Like Like you're a Power goddamn Rangers. 007 agent.
Yeah.
Power Rangers. Like you just have to sit up there. Hello, Zordon.
It definitely looks and seems cool in a movie, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do this in real life.
You would look like an Yeah, that's idiot.
1960s
future cool. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, wow, the future is gonna be great, guys. We're gonna just like hold our wrists up to our face. No, it's awful. No.
Yeah, turns out you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, I just think I'll use my phone to answer my calls.
Okay,
so
we
I
got-
don't care.
Don't care.
Don't care. Do not care.
I don't care either. Well, you're off to a great start, Apple Watch. You're coming
Screw
in.
this product.
You can send animated drawings to friends, as well as tap on the watch to get your friends' attention and send them your heartbeat.
No way.
Now, is this not the most dystopian, weird future
It
thing
is a
you've
weird
ever
future.
heard? Like, what? Okay, remember like poking on Facebook? Like what the hell, babe? I sent you my heartbeat like 3 times. It was
Why didn't you
it was
respond?
racing for you.
How come you weren't thumping my heartbeat?
Yeah, you didn't re-thump my thumb. What the hell? I don't care.
Of course, I do not care.
I don't want to get my friend's attention by being like, David, bzz, bzz, bzz. Hey, David,
Can you like Morse code that?
that would be cool.
This sounds like the exact thing
We're in the
that
movie
people
theater.
that like to use their technology like in a room with each other, people that send Snapchats when they're in
Heart.
the same
Right
room,
next to
you
each
know,
other, yeah.
The
you know,
heartbeat.
it sounds like they would love to do that,
Like a gimmick.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. But
Just so
yeah,
randomly, or like girlfriends that like text each other when they're like on the other side of the sofa.
That kills me.
Oh yeah.
here's my heartbeat, and I think you can like draw like the heartbeat, like it'll pulsate, and you can make like a little picture. It's really
Yeah, it
it's
says
really
here that you can
ridiculous.
send animated drawings, so you can be like, "Here's the I'm winking at you."
That's kind of cool though. Like I think that the animated drawing thing is cool because like you just like do a little thing and it makes it like a trail behind it, and you just send it to somebody.
That could be
so
fun.
Just be like, hey, what's up?
I
It's
could
like,
see how
"Hey,
people
what's
would find
up?"
that
It's
fun.
like Harry Potter stuff. Like you draw your wand on it, and then it does it on the other side.
Leviosa.
Leviosa.
All right, sounds like we have some don't cares.
Smattering. Don't care.
We're lukewarm.
Probably don't care.
We can see
Lukewarm.
how the people we already dislike would love this.
Yes,
You know?
exactly right.
Okay.
All
cool.
those people.
Well, I can understand how somebody might find this like innovative in a way that they might enjoy. I'm just trying
Yeah,
to
but
say
worth the price
I
tag
could
to
never
buzz
do
your
it for
friends?
myself. Like I would never be interested in doing this.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, so then we get into some of the health features. And, we've seen them really push the health stuff. And I guess it's because there's already so many, like, fit bands out there, and they're
Yeah.
doing really well. So clearly they're trying to, like, let's do that better or whatever. So your watch can remind you to move if you've been sitting too long. It can also send you reminders to be more active, as well as reports on Mondays with past week's activities. So it can literally be like, hey, man, you should, like, stand up right now. Or, hey, it's been a while since you've lifted some weights. Do we care?
You've been worthless for 6 hours.
You've looked at me a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, less than not caring about it, I just don't think I'd like this. I would just
Wow,
not enjoy having my technology be like, hey, pay attention to me because you're worthless right now. Like, I'd just be like, I don't know. I care about my health, but I think I can take care of my health.
I have
the
a more
part.
intuitive feel of it. That's what
Yeah.
I like about taking care of my health. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't care about the notifications, although the information of like how many miles you walked or
That might be interesting.
how many hours a day do you spend sitting, how many hours a day do you spend standing. I don't care about the notifications saying you need to get off your lazy butt
Yeah.
and
But
go
as a
do
data
something.
collector, you
but as
like
a
it.
data collector, I
But
like
the
it.
thing is there's all those apps exist on the iPhone and stuff already, and you're carrying that around. too,
True. True.
And that's how I'm looking at it. But also, just sort of like you're saying, like I feel like they can get people more excited about this feature than people actually are going to be even using it. Like, who is going to be like, you know what, this is the year. I'm going to really listen to my watch, and every time it tells me to walk a lap, I'm going to do it. Like, I feel like people who are in control of health aren't going to be taking orders from a watch.
I feel like the intuition is that Apple is asserting that the thing that's keeping people away from health is like lack of information about your body and how
True.
your body's working.
It can also
And
be,
that's
I mean,
not really
lack
what
of,
it is.
sometimes it can
No,
be
that
lack of
isn't it.
motivation too.
But I mean,
Yeah.
do you really need technology to motivate you?
I mean, I guess if it's
Yeah,
any sort of
I agree.
message
Some people do.
reminding you.
I mean, some people
just
need
think
some
that's
source of
lame.
motivation.
Like
to get them up.
I know my brother. Like he gets off going to a gym and like having all that information and being like, yeah, dude, like I did all this stuff and now I know like how much progress I made. But like for me personally, I just like going and doing that feeling more so than like I'm not gonna look through all the numbers and be like, I burned all these calories and all this. But I understand how other people get motivated by that stuff. So.
Yeah, I do that every once in a while, like do a calorie count or like
I enjoy
find
doing
out
this.
how much
Mhm.
like my daily expenditure is or anything like that. But I don't do it often. You just check in on it like every 4 or 6 weeks or 8 weeks, something like that. That's how I like to keep track of it. Like the thing about this technology is like my mom was never half this naggy, It's like
Yeah.
I don't want this creature living on my arm telling me I need to go move. It's
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
it's
especially if
weird.
you're
Get
like
outta here.
like you're at work and like you've been doing like work
Yeah,
all day.
I'm
and it's
busy
like, hey,
right
you
now.
haven't moved. You're like, yeah, I know I haven't moved, man.
didn't
Like,
buy you for
I
this.
want to move.
You're totally right, Chase. This is so dystopian.
It
like,
really is
just
seems
like-
weird at times,
like-
like the personality they're even trying to give it. But I don't know. We mentioned the other fit bands. I don't know how well they are providing data and stuff like that. And if this is something that those things can't do, or maybe they do,
They're all Bluetooth linked, I think, to your phone.
are they?
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes
Or
sense.
the big one, the MyFit or
My Fitness Pal, and
Fitness
stuff like
Band
that.
or something. Yeah, the big ones
Fitbit.
out there. Fitbit, that's it.
I love those commercials.
And yeah, I
Great
think it's linked Bluetooth to your phone.
Sure.
So
Okay.
you can download
yeah,
all
I
the
mean,
data.
I wish I knew more about like this little health sector. I just don't know how much they're innovating. Which I'm okay with them not necessarily reinventing the wheel. I am aware that Apple typically takes something that's good and established, and they make it better.
Yeah.
Synthesizing all these things together.
Yep.
Okay, so you can use Apple Pay on your watch to control music. Or you can use Apple Pay. You can control music with your watch if you have like an Apple TV. You can interface with Siri via voice commands and receive notifications on your watch from apps like ESPN and Facebook. So it sounds like all of the ways that apps typically reach you now through your notifications are now going to be popping up on your wrist as well, basically.
When I first got an iPhone, I really liked having all those notifications, and I liked coming back to my phone and finding, like 12 things had developed.
Yeah.
But over time, I just got rid of all of them.
Really?
It's just like
There's only a couple that I...
There's a couple that I keep around.
Yeah.
And now you go to a website and it's like,
And maybe
thegrocerystore.com wants to send you notifications.
Yeah.
No, get out of my life.
Everything, yeah.
it wants to know your location and send you those, what are those called? Those banners?
Flowers?
Something like that.
No. Yeah, banners.
If they sent me flowers, I would be 100% in this product.
I'd be into it.
I guess my question is like, are we replacing a lot of our phone time with the watch time, or is it just overlap? Like,
It's overlap, so you don't have to get your phone out.
because I mean, if
Well,
the notion
that
is
sounds
just that
like
we're just gonna
replacing.
put a bunch of apps on our watch, it's just gonna be a phone on our wrist,
yeah, and
Yeah.
they even bring up you can even check your Instagram on there. And I'm like, that screen is tiny. Like,
Yeah.
who wants to
Yeah.
surf Instagram?
Let's
and
look
stuff
at pictures like that.
Or
Yeah.
any of these apps. Like, the development is going to have to be so different. Just how, when the iPhone first came out, all of the websites still were just their normal web websites. And then they had
Right.
to change into, like, be mobily supportive.
Right.
And if it wasn't, it was like it was a pain to use. And it took a long time for all these people to, like, get used to that interface. And it sounds like that process is about to happen all over again. Like, your Twitter app is going to have to look and be different now, and all these other apps.
Under the assumption that this product will become popular, like the iPhone or smartphones did, and I'm skeptical of that.
Yeah, we should come to that at the end for sure. We'll have like a decree on it.
Okay.
Certainly.
But yeah, as far as Apple Pay, I guess that makes sense. They're already doing it on their phones.
That'd be
That's
kinda
pretty
cool.
cool.
That'd be kinda
I
cool.
think being able to pay with your watch would be cool.
That actually
tap it.
does sound really nice. I'm probably like the most like staunch person against this product. It sounds like so far.
No, I'm right there
Apple
with you.
Pay?
I try to not
That
act
sounds like
cynical.
a pretty fun thing. Yeah, I like the idea of like, I could probably do this with your phone though, and that's possible already. But yeah, I like that idea. Just like not even have to bust out a credit
Hands-free.
card.
And it would be cool
Yeah.
to control your music.
Like
from on
my
the
wallet
couch.
is such a nightmare. Like it's such a hard like.
Dude, you got to streamline.
Yeah,
dog.
it'd be cool. It'd be cool just like pulling up
You got
your
the Costanza
pulling
wallet?
up your
I
wristwatch
really
and,
don't. Like I have
finding
an
a song.
extremely streamlined wallet already, but it's like anytime I have an interaction with a cashier, it just seems like a nightmare.
It's awkward. I hope you're not.
love it.
Just tell me you're not storing receipts, because when people do that,
That cracks me up. I can't believe people that do that.
I know. They're like,
But,
when are you gonna
doing
go
it-
back to those?
Like you're gonna send like a stack of like.
At the end of the year, I look at my receipts and reflect my journey. All right.
What?
This is when I went to Target and I bought silly bands. Great year. Anyway, let's get this train wreck moving.
Can you imagine if the IRS actually like this was a cultural norm? We all save our receipts, and the IRS is just like inundated with like millions and millions and millions of receipts that they have to fucking look at. It takes like 5 years to get
You
your
never
tax
have to worry
return.
about auditing.
Yes.
It takes like 10 years to get your like
Yeah.
$200 back.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they showed off some of the Siri usage. And you just basically press the digital crown to talk to it, or now you can address it by just saying "Hey Siri," which is in line with how like most
Google.
of the other, like "Hey, okay Google" or "Hey do that." They better make Siri better, because I
never use Siri.
Dude, I'm starting to hate Siri. Like,
I don't even bother with it.
Gotta know what to use it for. I feel like.
I mean, it's cool to use it for sports, but the fact that a lot of the Google stuff, you can be like, okay, let me ask you anything, and it will intuitively bring it up to you in some digestible thing. And
It's
I'm like,
definitely better.
hey Siri, when does this close? Doing web search for taco places.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
please. They gotta. I don't know. They gotta get that going.
Yeah,
I
Google
feel like.
definitely has the upper hand. I think.
So you can reply to messages using this app called WeChat. So I mean, this was not the iMessages app, which was kind of weird, because that's like their standard messaging platform for all of their devices. They were using a different app called WeChat. But they're saying basically that you can message on this, but you can only use stickers and not texts. So if someone
Good
like,
God,
what?
no.
yeah, so like Hunter messages me and it's like, hey man, do we have the stuff? And I give you a big old thumbs up, and that's how I text you on my watch.
Oh, those yeah, I know what stickers are now. I wasn't following that for a little while, but you know, it has like
'Cause
that
you sounded
little
like we're
waving
in fourth
cat,
grade.
like a bunch
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
girls that I
Meow
want to
cat
hit
or
on. They're gonna
whatever,
like
yeah.
send me a waving cat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They just have like huge like smiley faces with tiny eyes, doing
Yes,
like
exactly.
really ridiculous animus face. Yeah.
So yeah, you can receive messages on it, but you can only reply with stickers. Do we care?
Do not care.
Don't care.
I mean, I just feel like I can do it on my phone. I'll just respond to this on my phone.
Yep, that's the common thread.
I think I'm above by.
Wow. We've got video of you doing
You need to end it too with a real staunch.
That's why we
questioning.
Make a good team chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you finish those. Okay. We talked about the Instagram photos. We don't care about that.
Don't care.
You can pull up your boarding pass info on it'll be a
Now we're getting
QR code now.
That's
so
cool.
is a
You
QR
can do that on your
code.
phone now. Like I've done that with Southwest and
Oh,
Delta
yeah,
That's
before.
true.
Yeah, I've done that as well.
So now just the actual code that they scan will be on your wrist, and you're like, bing, bom, bom, let me on this plane.
All right, that's cool.
That is cool. I care.
You can't say bong in TSA.
Oh, yeah,
Bing, bong,
you can't say
bong.
bong. It's too close.
Too good.
It's too close to bomb. They immediately get you.
Have you tried it
can't
before?
Go, bing bong bong. Okay, get out of here. You're gone. You're not
Officially
traveling
no
for
fly
another year.
list.
Exits that way.
Can you beep?
Did you have any bad troubles with the security when we went through Europe and all that?
It was actually when I was coming back to the States. I was in Florida, I think.
Florida.
Yeah, I came through somewhere like that, and I have outstanding tickets here in Austin,
What?
and that like sent a flag
No
through the entire.
way.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like
And
a
I was
speeding ticket?
Yeah, like speeding ticket from like a year ago that I just had never taken care of. Didn't quite have the cash, and like. I was sent to a different line.
Oh,
had
no.
to wait in this thing.
You
that
gotta
like-
be kidding
Yeah,
me.
it was crazy.
Were
I
you
was
tripping out?
I think I had a good idea of what it was, but yeah, it was a little like, okay, what's going on right now? I mean, I know I didn't do anything, so I'm not, unless I was like, okay, we're actually going to send you to the Ukraine. Like,
Yes.
you're going to be extradited,
Going
and
back
we're going
to
to send
Poland.
you for questions. You know, then I might have gotten a little worried, but I was nice in a bright, sunny Florida, so I was all right.
That's okay.
You can also use the Apple Watch to call an Uber while you're getting searched by the TSA. But you can. To me, I'm like, okay, you can use Uber on your phone, but now you can do it on your watch.
Yeah.
You still have to talk like this.
Yep, look like a doofus. You can use Apple Watch as a door key at some hotels.
That's dope.
That's cool.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it cool?
it's pretty cool.
It's
Then
like-
you don't have to worry about losing your key or anything. You just have your watch.
True, you could be a dumb drunk dildo and just like get into my hotel tonight. God damn it!
Yep. Out of the
Unless
whole,
you're like-
out of the whole
Unless
drunken
you just like
night,
fall
this-
down at the floor, you're just like,
Yeah, unless
Can't
you're a
reach.
particularly stupid goddamn dildo and you like lose your watch that night, which I'm sure will
Well, I was about to
happen
say
to
that would be
somebody.
the kind of person I would hate the most, where like he comes stumbling in like a drunk asshole. Be
And it's
like,
like,
"Mr. Rowe."
where's my key?
No,
Where's my
no.
key?
But then he's like, "Oh, thank God, I have my Apple Watch." I was like, "You are the
Your
worst."
stupid $500 watch.
Now this is funny. Okay, they claim that it has 18 hours of battery life with wireless charging. So I think it's like a charging pack or something you put on it. I didn't really see
I
exactly.
think it's like kind of one of the wireless pads, like, or
Did you set
a
it down
docking
on?
station, like a wireless
Yeah,
docking station.
the dock.
maybe. I didn't actually watch the
I didn't
thing.
see- yeah, I didn't-
just got a big list.
I didn't see pictures or anything.
But I heard that if you go read into like some fine print somewhere on the website when it comes to battery life, they claim it's 18 hours here, but then they say like in the fine print it's only like 4 hours of calls or like 6 hours of listening to music. So it's really not that long. It sounds like it's about
It's like standby time.
Yeah,
Like, if
18
you're not
hours just
using
not
it-
doing anything.
exactly. And so when you're using it, it sounds no better than your phone, honestly.
Like
Well, I mean,
worse.
standby time on your phone is like
Couple
4 or
days.
5 days.
Sure. So this thing, it isn't kicking a lot.
Which, if they're saying, I mean, glanceability, you're going to be checking it all the time. You're going to be using it all the time. I agree. I think, you'd be lucky to get a day out of it.
It just sounds so weird to have to take your watch off every night and charge it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know?
If you can't do that with your teeth and like using a what is it called, a retainer?
What do you mean? You, like,
It's if you
hold
can't
it up
take care
to
of,
it?
if you can't wear a retainer every night, you're not gonna like charge your watch. Like,
so
you know?
true.
It's like those are your
Yeah.
teeth. You know how
This
it's
is
like
the
that's-
future
it's your
of your
body.
appearance, and you won't even take care of that. You're gonna tell me you're gonna
You
charge this watch.
Your parents just dumped thousands of dollars into those stupid braces you had for
You're also
4
about
years.
to dump thousands of dollars into this watch.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't think it would be like that weird to like have to charge your watch if your watch like did some cool stuff. You know, like I mean, I
You
charge
get in
my
the
phone
habit
every
of,
night.
of charging your
Yeah.
phone every night.
Exactly.
No, I
I
don't.
don't think it's like this outrageous deal breaking thing, but I just thought the idea of
It
like,
does
well,
seem
now we
weird.
have to charge our watches. So
Yeah.
Thing,
it's
yeah.
just the thing. All right, so let's get to pricing real quick. The range is
Butthole.
Prepare your buttholes.
Real quick,
Yeah.
we should spend
Pucker
the
up.
rest of the episode on how expensive this thing is.
We probably could, right?
Probably.
So the smaller ones, the 38 millimeter version, range anywhere from $550 to $1,050, depending on the material.
Oy vey.
Then, if you get the 42 millimeter version, it's $600 to $1,100 for the material. But it doesn't stop there. You can get a gold band for your watch starting at $10,000.
No, it's not a gold band. It's just the gold casing.
It's not well, no,
The
like
band.
the wrist
well,
thing
the
is
band
gold.
has some gold in it, but it's not like a solid gold band.
And it's still 10,000?
Still $10,000.
When they dropped the $10,000 price
And that's
tag,
that's the cheap one. Did you see the most expensive one?
what's the most expensive one?
$17,000.
Oh my god!
Is that
dude,
still
that's
gold?
A car.
It's 18 karat alloy gold with like a full leather band and like gold accents on the band.
I didn't
And
know the influence that teenage youth in Tehran have on the influence of Apple products.
well, I mean,
Yes, can you make it out of gold though?
Yeah, I
the
don't
whole
have
thing
I
be
don't have
gold?
the arm hair to pull that off. You know, seriously. But when I saw that price, I was like, holy crap! Let's assume someone's going to buy that. I'm like, someone's going to spend
Someone's
that
gonna buy
much
that.
money on
it's
an Apple
they're
Watch.
limited editions. They're only producing X amount of them.
Okay. I didn't know that.
So it's it's just an Apple Watch edition, something like
Now
that.
look, let's say the Apple brand, even though this isn't what they go for, I find it somewhat synonymous with luxury. It's definitely a luxury. Like if you're buying a MacBook or something, you're able to afford like sort of a top of the line thing.
Yeah,
I
I
feel-
think it's supposed to feel luxurious.
Right. And to me, I was like, maybe looks like the first experiment for them to be like, let's just put this this price tag's huge and let's
Like
see
true
how it
elite
does.
product, yeah.
Yeah, let's try this out. And if people are willing to buy versions of our products that are so expensive that'll go off for $17K, maybe they'll start sort of doing these they'll start really opening up the spectrum of price or something,
I also imagine like that making more sense than trying to make like a affordable watch. Like I can totally see like celebrities and people that like have a lot of money just being like, oh, I'm just gonna throw down a bunch of money on this like super collector's edition like watch that does all this stuff as well, but then them never actually use it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I can imagine that more so than actually just like everyday people using, kind of like the cheaper version of their watch and like interacting it with their phone. It just seems
It's
too
just weird.
to
When
me.
you see someone with a Rolex, you're like, wow. One, that's a classy piece of jewelry.
yeah.
Two, that guy is doing very well for himself.
Correct.
Now I'm going to see a 18 karat gold smartwatch and be like, wow, that guy
That's the
has
new
so
status.
much money he doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Such a
Status
rich, dumb dildo. Is what I'm getting.
But, like, what is your gut reaction when you see a price tag like that? Steven, what are you feeling?
Obvious disgust. It reminds me almost of like Enzo Ferrari. Like he wasn't actually into the cars that he was making. He just started making these really fancy sports cars to sell to rich people, so he could support the racing side of the business. He was all about racing, and this kind of sounds like that kind of tactic. It's like, let's see if we can reach this upper band of our market and probably just raise a little bit extra revenue or something.
So that's all of the facts. Now, how do you guys truly feel it's going to do? I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, so I'm not going to buy this. I think the fact that you have to have your phone on you to use it is totally ridiculous.
I didn't even know that.
You cannot use it.
Did we
without
already
your-
say that?
No,
it has
No,
to
we
be
didn't say
paired with
that.
your phone.
Yeah,
Wow.
you have to have
It
your
is
phone
a
on you.
peripheral device.
This is a disaster.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
This
you're
is a
gonna have a
Hindenburg level
$1,000
disaster.
iPhone, and you're gonna have a $17,000
glance machine.
watch.
Oh, the humanity. The humanity. Oh, the humanity. Like, I'm watching the Hindenburg go down right now. Like, it is.
Seriously, man. That's how I feel.
I hope that, yeah. How much did they spend in, like, R&D and all that?
I'm sure
Plenty.
a silly amount. I mean,
But you know what?
I mean, they're an
it's
insanely wealthy company, so I'm sure they'll take
this has
whatever
been rumored
shock.
for going on.
but here's
for
the
a
thing:
while,
it's
too.
got an Apple logo on it,
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, and I think even just the price tag.
and I guarantee you, there's
proves
gonna be
the power of
lines
that.
around the freaking corner for these things.
Yeah.
Now, but That being said, that's going to be the early adopters, right? And a big part of innovation and it spreading through is for these early adopters to get it and then tell the rest of the people, hey, this is worth it. Let's do this. Or like, you know, it may not be what we want now, but they're going to iterate and it's going to be better. We have no idea how it's going to do. But going off what we have here, do you think that this has the potential to continue to iterate, or do you think it might actually flounder even amongst the early adopters?
I don't think that. I mean, yeah, I think you're right that the people that get it first are going to be kind of like the checkpoint people. And
Has there been anything from Apple since they came out with the iPod that has flopped?
Not particularly.
Their iPods, their iPhones, their iPads, their new MacBooks, everything. Nothing has flopped.
Even the Nanos and the Touches.
How did the Nanos do?
They're still great, yeah.
But I think it's
Shuffles.
because But I think it's because those things are so widely usable. You know, like I feel like the watch is such a narrow scope.
And you can get a Nano for $50.
Yeah.
Like
That
a
too.
new one there was like super low end of their
Like,
market.
have they ever done peripheral products like this before?
Well, look at the like Apple TV, which we're going to bring up in a bit. Like that's sort of a peripheral thing, but a lot of people use that.
But
that's
it's
$100.
doing well though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't think it's a cash crop, but
they support. I mean, it's constantly supported and iterated on. So
I don't know.
they're supporting it. Yeah.
I just feel like their main products are different from this peripheral, you know, idea that they're going with the watch, and the fact that it has to be paired with your phone, and like, it just seems too narrow of a scope for me to think that it's actually going to perform the way that its other products.
I don't think it's going to take off. Say like when they brought out the iPhone, where it just exploded. It's probably going to hold a market, and I think it's going to continue to have buyers. But I don't think it's ever going to just change the world.
Right.
Plus, it seems like I know myself, especially. I am not super informed on the smartwatch market because there's like the Pebble and stuff out there. There are
True.
other watches
There
that
are
do
others.
these things. I think how well it. I mean, when reviews come out on like websites and stuff, that's what they're going to be comparing it to.
That's true.
You know. And so if it is a better version of all the stuff that's out already, it might get like praise for sure. But as far as the mass market like appeal, it just is going to be so hard, you know.
Concerning what I've said on this podcast so far, and
About dildos or
Yeah.
Dumb
You
ones.
said a lot about dildos.
this dumb dildo, if it catches fire, I can understand how people become old, tired, alienated curmudgeons because I don't know if I can get on board.
it's happening.
I will really have to eat my words. Like 2 years from now, Steven, didn't you say all that shit about this fucking phone, this watch you're wearing? Yes, I am a very
I'm
drunk
sorry.
dildo right now.
But thank God I can get in my hotel room.
Click into my